Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwartner, and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today, we have a special guest from Wisconsin, Tim Reisterer. He's the Chief Strategy Officer of Corporate Visions. Welcome, Tim.
Gerhard, thanks for having me. Always good to see you.
I'm very excited to hear about your next revenue summit. That is April 1st, right?
It's a free virtual summit, so it's unique. We've annually done these things live in person, and we took a different course this year, and can't wait to tell everybody a little bit about the content.
Tell me about your keynote. What will you focus on?
So I'm trying to set the tone with my keynote, and then that's followed by 5 case studies from global sales, operations, revenue, and leaders. There are companies who are looking at the next, hence the name. And what do some of those things look like? So think of my kickoff as sort of a trailer for the rest of the presentations. What are we learning when we work with these great companies and kind of coalescing that into a hypothesis for folks about what are the main things they need to be considering to be a modern, relevant commercial revenue engine.
So you often talk about AI-generated content. So can you explain why automating context is the next frontier?
The human interaction still matters. What we found is that the AI and the technology automates and provides productivity, but productivity becomes sort of like a stalemate. We all get faster and we all look a little smarter, but then you have to create an experience. Like you still have to create an interaction that's meaningful. All of these stories are going to be a blend of that. How do you facilitate differentiated human interactions and experiences to win? But how do you do that with an underpinning that is highly productive and continues to improve the performance of the seller and as a result, give them the chance to create a differentiated experience?
Let's talk about the speakers that you have recruited, because you are stepping up a notch and get more high caliber speakers than what you had at your live events even.
We're excited because companies like IBM, Salesforce, ADP, Stripe have agreed to present their secrets in this event. So this event is the next revenue summit. So we're looking at what are the best companies, the kind of companies that people benchmark themselves against doing to bring their humans and the AI together to equip and enable people for higher productivity and greater performance in this era. And these are the companies that people are always looking to. Like a Selling Power, you identify the top selling organizations and companies. These are them. Like, again, IBM, ADP, Stripe, Salesforce are the ones off the top of my head. And they're each going to give you 45 minutes to an hour of their best. And so if you go to check out the agenda, you'll see the abstracts and the topics. It covers a wide range of things that I believe sales leaders, global revenue ops and enablement leaders are all trying to sort out as they put their roadmap for the next together.
Help me understand the technology. How can people raise their hand and ask questions?
This is going to be one of those things where it's a large tent, more featured presenter type event. And so the best way to get your questions answered is to register for the event and then submit your questions. I'll be facilitating each of these speakers. My goal is to crowdsource some of these questions, but it'll also be your representative. The best part of my job every day is our company works with about 250 different companies in 30 industries every year. And these are global companies serving dozens of countries, training about 100,000 salespeople every year. So we see stuff. The one skill I have is I can kind of aggregate that and be able to identify hopefully some clusters of interest and formulate some hypotheses and ask some good questions. So I'm hoping I will ask your questions, those of you who attend, but you can, as you register, you can also submit those questions and I'll be reviewing them as part of putting my show sheet together. That's the way we're going to do it in such a large setting so that it keeps the vibe and keeps the energy.
After the event, people can review any session. So there's no, is there any extra fee to access all that?
No, this is a community that we're trying to create. This is an opportunity to both hear from speakers, but also begin to interact with each other. So Corporate Visions has built this thing called the Emblaze community for revenue leaders. And it is really designed to be a community. It is not a revenue center for our company. Maybe as hard to believe as it is we're like abundance. Like, here you go. As long as you have let us know that you are a real person, you get that content, and now you're part of the community. First things first, this is sort of our big outreach, and we want to be as generous as possible.
It is April 1st. There is a link below where you can sign up. You are going to get a day full of advice from the best of the best, from the best companies, the leading companies in the industry, revenue generation experts that understand how to build a revenue engine, how to make it hum, how to address the people problems, how to align people, process, and technology, all orchestrated by the maestro, Tim Rietstra.
Let's do this all at scale and at pace, because that's the pressure we're all facing, and that's what I'm offering people who come to this event.